Hi everyone, it's Dorcas and welcome back to my channel. So I am going to do a April currently inked. That's right, we have some new colors in the mix. I'm going to do the same system that I did for March, where I'm going to use the monthly opener page in my Faded Chronicle planner to showcase the colors that I will be using over the course of the month and beyond, probably. Some of these are going to be featured again, and some will be brand new. And I am going to kind of take my little batch of inks here. It's currently housed in my Lincoln Leathers tray that I got at the Baltimore Pen Show. Here we go. It's so cute. And I've got my glass spoon here, and we are going to start swatching. Okay, so even though it is already April, what time? It's April 4th, and I've already been journaling with the inks that, the pens that I've had inked for forever. I am going to introduce some new colors, which I'm really excited about because it is springtime. So I've got my jar of water here, and let's start with the first one. So my Jinhao 82 is coming back with Birmingham Pen Co. Basil Pesto. Let me just put my fountain pendulum tray right here. So this one has been inked with Basil Pesto for a few months now, and it's working really well. So we have a lot more colors this time. Last time we had 8, I believe, or 9. We had 9 colors. This time we have 12. So I want to make sure I have enough space for all those colors. There, let's clean that. And I'm going to write in the names probably after I have swatched all of them, just so that it can be a bit of a quicker process. Okay, so that is Jinhao 82, Birmingham Company Basil Pesto. Next we have the Ginzan Snow Gray in my Hachimonjiya Ginzan Snow Gray pen. And that's what this bottle looks like. What am I going to do when I run out? Because shipping is quite a lot. They might be at the what do you call it? Stationery Fest this summer. So I might have to stock up. I still got quite a bit, but I don't know. I don't want to have to pay for that shipping ever. Okay, so we'll give that some time to dry. So again, Hachimonjiya Ginzan Snow Gray. Continuing with the Hachimonjiya line, we're going to go with the Hachimonjiya Kubozakura. And that one has, again, Kobe ink, strawberry chocolate. P.S. Do you guys like store your inks with the box or without? Because some of these boxes are so nice. Some are pretty basic, but for the most part, I keep them all in the boxes, and it's starting to take up some space. So let's do this one right here. Add some more there. Okay, so that is Kobe Ink Strawberry Chocolate. We have the TWSBI Espresso, TWSBI Eco Espresso, coming back with Caffe Crema. Again, I need to start putting less ink into these pens because I have realized that the reason why I have constantly inked is because I put a lot of, I fill it up, and then I feel like I'm wasting the ink if I discard it before the ink is done in the pen. So what do you guys do? Do you just toss it? Do you just use less of a fill? How do you go about this? Because since I use TWSBIs a lot, I mean, I have TWSBIs that have been inked for half a year at this point. That'll be the next one I show you. It has had the same ink for so long. And that would be this TWSBI Eco. It is the stub nib in the mint color, and it's really pretty. And so I have Celadon Cat on that one. So let's put some here. It's a very pretty tealy, like a light teal blue. Add some more. Next, let's go with Fuyu-syogun, which is in my Pilot Vanishing Point. And I have had that one there since last month. And it has a cartridge, but I have a little bit of this sample. Oh, I used the wrong side. Okay, so we've got Fuyu-syogun. Let's have a little bit more. And that's kind of been like a go-to gray. Next, we're gonna go with, I used to love this ink, and I used to have a TWSBI that was inked with it all the time. And then once I got my Opus 88 Mini, the Paper Mouse collab, which is absolutely gorgeous, I came back to this ink, and this is Birmingham Pen Company Elderberry. And it's a beautiful, rich purple. Where should I put this one? Let's put it right here. It's so pretty. And the pen, it looks super dark because it is a fine nib. So it almost looks black when I'm writing with it. So even though it's purple, it's a good kind of everyday writer. And that is elderberry. And we'll see how these dry. I might put a little bit more just to round out that swatch. Okay, so my camera stopped filming, so I am not quite sure where we left off, but I think it was right before I started putting in this is Gris Nuage from the J.R. Bond collection. And I was saying that it's like a very pretty but light gray that is still very readable. So I kind of equate it to writing with a pencil, and that one is in this clear Pilot Kaküno, and this other Pilot Kaküno has Sailor Amamoyoi, which is the one that I just finished swatching. And I was saying that the ink has some pink shading in there, but when I'm writing with it, it's looking mostly like the green. And this is a medium nib, by the way. So I, I kind of still like it. Even though it's still kind of green in this pink pen, it's still giving me like spring bud, hopeful vibes of kind of, things coming back to life. So that is Sailor Amamoyoi. And next we are going to go with this Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Spring Rain. And that one has Sailor Yurameku Kangyu. And it is a nice purple color. So I'm going to put that here. This seems to be as bright as I'll go because everything's so muted. I'll have to kind of challenge myself for May. Okay, that's that. And that one also has kind of pink undertones. Now this Jinhao 82 is a clear, and I have had it for as long as I've had the other one, so a couple of years now, and I had yet to ink it up at all because I was a little on the fence if I liked it, if I was going to keep it. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure, but I decided to go ahead and give it a whirl. So in this one, I have Robert Oster, or not Robert Oster, Ferris Wheel Press Oyster Hour. And the reason why I wanted another cream, so I've noticed that the TWSBI was the only one that had a brown in it, and I do like browns and creams, but when it comes to journaling, I do not like using my TWSBI really, because I like to write in cursive when I'm journaling, and I cannot do that with my TWSBI for some reason. I just write in print with the TWSBI. I think it's the length of it. It's the way I hold it. I don't know, but I do enjoy my TWSBI Ecos a lot, and they're great writers. But for the kind of writing that I like to do when I'm journaling, I like medium nibs that just kind of are smooth on the paper, not slippery. So I do need some kind of texture, some friction for control. Otherwise, my handwriting looks awful. But with the TWSBI, I maybe it's too fine. Maybe it's too fine a nib for me. But either way, the Jinhao 82 and my Hachimonjiya pens are the ones that I keep going to. And none of those had a cream brown color. So I wanted to test this out with this very light brown cream color. I think it's a good match. We'll see how the nib performs. And finally, we have this one returning yet again. It's another Jinhao 82, and this one has platinum carbon ink, which is my go-to for Just a waterproof black great ink. So there you have all 12 inks. Now I am going to go ahead and write the names of all of these inks and pens, and then I will show you one last time once it's all dry. And there you have my April currently inked. So we have, let's see if I can, my Jinhao 82 Avocado with Birmingham Pen Company Basil Pesto. We've got my Hachimonjiya Ginzan Snow Gray with Hachimonjiya Ginzan Snow Gray. My Hachimonjiya Kubozakura with Kobe Strawberry Chocolate. We have my TWSBI Eco Espresso with Robert Oster Caffe Crema. We have my other TWSBI Eco, this is the 1.1 stub, with Diamine Celadon Cat. I have my, I'm trying to balance. I have my Pilot Vanishing Point with the Pilot Iroshizuku Fuyu-syogun, same as last month. I have my Opus 88 Mini, the Paper Mouse collab with Birmingham Pen Co. Elderberry. I have my Pilot Kaküno in the clear medium nib with Herbin Gris Nuage. I have my Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the Autumn Moon with Platinum Carbon Black. This is kind of my go-to for planning. I have my Pilot Kaküno, the Madoromi, with the Sailor Amamoyoi. Now see how there's some pink in there with green, but when I write with it, it's pretty green, but it's such a lovely, lovely color. Look at that. And speaking of another lovely color, we have my Sailor Pro Gear Slim in the Spring Rain, and I have Sailor Yarameku Kangyu. So that's this one right here. And finally, this Jinhao 82, the clear body with Ferris wheel press, Oyster Hour. So that is my lineup for the month. Again, I really thought that I was doing better with some brighter colors, which I kind of have some purples in there to play with now and some light grays. But to compare to March, this is what that looked like. So definitely a lot more colors to play with, but still very muted and subdued so that I can, you know, I can still see what I'm writing and it's not going to be way too bright and obnoxious. So yeah, so that is my currently inked for the month. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have colors that you're currently loving, let me know in the comments below. If you're switching things up for the springtime, if you're a seasonally inked kind of person, let me know what colors you're gravitating toward as the weather gets warmer. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!